Working on getting the bathroom in framed up.
That's gross.
What was that?
Turds.
Oh. Well, we're going to do quite a bit of vacuuming now. Dad's pulling out the shade covers. You want gloves to get the rest of it out? There are gloves up there on the wall. On the privacy wall. I literally just said there are gloves on the privacy wall.
I heard you.
And you're not listening. Okay. Anyway, so we're getting a double layer of insulation up right now for the bathroom. So it's going to go partway through that window. I'm making mine a little bit bigger than his. My bathroom's going to be about 6 inches wider. So we're going to go about 4 feet instead of 3'6" on the width. Just make it a little nicer for the shower and stuff. And I'm not going to care to push my kitchen back a little further into the living room. So this is now double layered. We've got a partial double layer through there. The reason we did this way is because we've got the wood strip that runs up here along the side of the bedroom wall. But we're going to have to run a sheet of plywood between those two ribs and get it back. So we need to get the next one insulated so we can come through and spray our spray foam over these metal ribs. Get it sealed up and ready. And then we can go get the wall there to divide it. So we'll see how far we can get tonight. Well, I don't know if it's good news or bad news, but those aren't turds at least. Still gonna get the shop vac and sweep that up.
Some kind of little nut that a mouse is eating. There's little holes in all of them.
Either way, don't want to track that through here. Just sprayed spray foam. Gonna let it set up a little bit before we come back and trim it. Just take a Sawzall blade real quick and cut it down. And then I think we can start getting the wall built out. We got to get the plywood across the ceiling through here to have somewhere to attach the wall to, but that shouldn't be too bad. Got the wall framed up. Gonna let it sit overnight and dry the glue in a few spots. Fortunately, we had a few spots where it cracked in the top, but it's gonna be fine once the glue dries. But that's where we're gonna have to call it for the night. I had a day full of service calls today, and I've got a very early morning one scheduled tomorrow, so we'll mess with this more tomorrow when I get home. Got the half wall built out against the wall here. Got it mostly insulated up. I still gotta go back through and do that corner. Wiring is ran through behind it. That's gonna be what's powering my bedroom. So I'm just gonna do a little more insulation there, and we can cut the the concrete board that we're gonna mount against the wall there to seal it, keep it waterproof. Went through and taped this one. I don't know if that's gonna make a lot of difference, but just because there are a lot of loose fitting scraps that we used to double insulate it, figured that at least stop some of the airflow from coming through the wall. All right, so we got the cement board going up right now. So far, it's not been that bad. This is my first time really working with this stuff. I've never done a lot with it. I'm not a big fan of tile in most situations. I don't like using it, but not terrible. It's gonna suck though, I think, when we get up to the ceiling, I have to start matching the curve, but it is what it is. We'll get through it. I mean, we did the boards on the other side of the wall. This can't be much worse. But pretty happy with how it's going so far. Got to come back and do this side, but we only had a little bit of time this morning. It's in the mid-20s outside, so we were holding off on going and working on a bus this morning till it got a little warmer outside, so figured come make some progress in the bathroom. Hopefully later tonight we can come back in here. I'd love to get some more board up and maybe see about trying to get at least this wall finished out if we can. Start on this one, but not a big deal if we don't. We'll get as far as we can. I'm just happy that we're actually getting some more progress here. Unfortunately, I've had service calls most of the week to go do, so I haven't had time to be in here all day working on this. Alright, ignore my temporary sliding insulation door for my bedroom there, but just went ahead and got one more panel up on this side, so entire bottom section's ready to go. Now I'm for sure going to have fun later tonight when I go to do the top part, but not a huge deal. It's progress, and I'm just happy to see some progress. It's a bit of a mess, but this wall is now finished. Well, not finished, but all of the backboard here is cut, put on, screwed on, and then from the back side, This is all construction adhesive, just like we're doing everything else, so it's solid. This side's pretty much there. I don't know if I'm going to put a piece over that window we blanked out and insulated. Still got to figure that out, but now I get the fun job of going through and doing measurements on this wall to match this one, to kind of get our contour for the cut, and then get it glued up, screwed in, and we should be good. I went ahead and taped up my wire that's running through for the 12 volt. This is just for the LED lights. So it goes to the other side of this wall, so it'll have enough to make it there. I'm switching grounds on all these, so I'm going to have a fused hot wire, which will be this, which all of mine are going to grab to. But, yep. I just got to measure and cut one more. Boards are up. This thing feels a lot bigger than I thought it would when we laid it out. Even when we had the wall up without having anything sheeted over it, this thing didn't feel near as large as it is, but I mean, there's quite a bit of room in this bathroom. We still have a lot of stuff to put in here, but
We did it 6 inches bigger than mine, and that makes a big difference.
yeah. Which I'm not going to notice a 6-inch difference, I don't think, in my living room or my kitchen.
No.
But I'm definitely going to notice it here. Well, that's another big milestone done, and the nice thing is now, so far, I don't know what you think, but the hardest things I think we've done is getting these contours cut for the ceiling, right? And we've only got one more to do when we do the kitchen wall.
You should probably see if there's a regulation. You're going to be touching the wall there.
I'd probably want to move it over just a hair so I'm not leaning against the cold wall, because that's going to be tiled. But
Corner toilet dimension. Something, we'll Google that and see where it's supposed to go.
well, we got the toilet flange in. Had to cut it the first time with the sawzall, or the jigsaw, until I broke the blade off. And then we put the other metal blade in, and I kind of broke that off too. It's a pretty deep cut to try to make that with. So I finished it with the sawzall. It's mostly round. It fits, and then I had to bevel the floor around it to get it to sit flush, but it's ready tomorrow, or we can start plumbing the drain into the black tank. We removed my fresh water tank today and replaced the black tank further in so the valve will fit. So I think tomorrow we'll start plumbing a toilet in. Should be fun. Well, I figured might as well get this done tonight too. This is a waterproof membrane. So if any water gets behind my tiles or any of that stuff, it's sealing this surface so that moisture doesn't soak into it and damage it. So I'm getting all the walls done. We're doing the floors. Anywhere where we might have water. I've got the windowsill up there done. Now, between the boards, like back in here, we will come through later with silicone and I'll seal them up before the walls go in, but try to make sure that all the walls get coated with this stuff tonight and the edges of the floors and all that stuff, so I don't have issues later with my floors or my walls rotting out because of moisture getting behind them. So, not a big deal. Get this done pretty quickly here. That way it's got all night to dry, and then tomorrow we can keep moving forward with getting this bathroom functional. Everything's got a coat on it. I've got some left over, so I'll probably do a second coat tomorrow over the floor and these parts where they'll definitely get hit in the shower. I don't know if I'm going to do this wall with the second one, but that wasn't bad. It took about 40 minutes to do it. Now, I know someone's going to complain about the paintbrush I used, but it's what I had. It was here. It's an hour each way for me to go to Lowe's, so this was done in less time than it would have taken me to go get a bigger paintbrush to save me 20 minutes on painting it, but I'm happy. Let this stuff set up and dry. Like I said, this is a waterproof coating that's going on all this so that if any water gets behind my tiles or the wall or on the floor and gets underneath of it, that it's not just soaking into my subfloor, so, or into my walls or, anything like that. So I'm pretty happy. Just gotta let it set up now. Back wall's dry, this wall's dry, this one's about halfway dry, and the floor's gonna take a minute here, but just let it do its thing and then we'll get another coat on it and I think we're ready to start getting some stuff in this bathroom. I'm gonna get the toilet mounted tomorrow. See about getting the faucet on the wall, some stuff like that. I haven't decided on what tiles I'm using for it yet for the walls. I don't know what I'm doing for the floor yet either. I don't know if I'm gonna use the same flooring as the rest of my bus or if I'm gonna go something different with it, but we'll see when we get there. It'll all come in time.